Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the best setups that I see this week in Forex. So we're going to go through a few of them right now, okay? And talk a little bit about what happened last week as well. First thing you should always do at the start of a week, or start of every single day, is just make sure there's no news. I don't think you should trade the news, just be aware of it. Especially this week on the 1st of February, which is Wednesday. So if we go on to forexfactory.com, it's my favorite one. Monday we don't really have anything, anything that's yellow folder I just kind of dismiss. When it's orange or red folder, we need to take consideration. So if you are trading any CAD pairs at 1/2, just be careful of this. Any US pairs, the Chicago PMI and the consumer confidence, these are red and orange. That will cause a spike. So always be aware as well, this is 15 minutes after the market is opened, and this is a half hour. That can normally cause a lot of really crap price action. So I would normally wait till the news is over first. You have New Zealand pairs, but this is the one to be careful of, okay? On the first of the first of the month, we have NFP, non-farm employment payroll. Everything is going to go wonky. That's at 1:15. Again, look at your time zones. Do not be in a trade with that. Do not trade it. Don't be an idiot. That is the thing that literally causes these sort of spikes on the market. So if we look at the daily right now, you see these daily candles. This was on these daily candles. Most of these massive daily candles are actually caused by NFP. So be so careful. Just don't trade it. And if you are trading before it, get out of your trade beforehand. I don't care if you're like, oh, but my stop loss is at break even. NFP don't care about stop losses. It don't care about stop losses. So just have a look at that. Anyway, let's start off with NASDAQ. My prediction came true. I said last week that we were going to pump, and we actually pumped. In my my free Telegram group, I did say right here, all right, I said this at 5 o'clock that NAS's goal, the target is 122.50, and the US30 goal was 34200, and NAS literally came to on some brokers. On my broker, I was 1 point off, so I was pretty much on the ball. So and with US30, I was about 30 points off. So do I expect us to continue? Yes, I expect us to continue at least until NFP comes out, and then we could have the mother of all slapdowns on NFP, which I think is going to happen. I have said for the past few weeks actually, this zone right here on the daily, this zone was a pretty big zone, but here was a pretty big zone, and we actually cracked it, but we have left a wick. So that tells me that there is weakness, but also that was because we went straight into the close and we pumped into the close, but we're now underneath the line now again. So again, in my opinion, we're still going to be trailing upwards until NFP, and then NFP comes out. There's two things that happens. It's either going to fly up here to daily support and come crashing back down, or it's just going to go all the way down to the hell. Guys, the market isn't strong enough for it to be pumping. It doesn't make any sense. Does that mean I think you should be just shorting the market? No, play what you see. But I just think overall the market isn't. I have not done one short on NASDAQ in through all this. Sorry, that's a lie. I did one short, and it was Microsoft earnings right here. I shorted from here to here. If you want to see that, it's in my free Telegram group. I share a lot of my right now I'm sharing my weekly biases and my weekly plays in the free Telegram group. I do the whole thing. I do it every single day, what I'm looking for. So I'm just looking for pullback plays until we break underneath the 200 period moving average and stay underneath. There was this period right here that I thought we were going to have the trend change. So if we came down stuck underneath this demand zone, I would have started looking for shorts, but we came right back up. So I'm looking for longs. So we have this 1 hour supply, 1 hour supply, 1 hour supply. I like this one. It's at 12100. I'm going to be looking for a dip play there and play it back up to the high. Here's another location where you could, and here's the. If you look at my strategy, I have a strategy video out. It's in my episode 1 of Rags to Riches series I'm doing. I go through my strategy, and I'm not comfortable ever. Don't fight the trend, okay? On the 1 hour, we're going up. 1 hour, we're going up. Daily, we are going up. Now we're the first time we're above the 200 period moving average in ages. 15 minute, we're above it. 5 minute, we're above it. Like, why would you be looking for longs? Oh, but I want to catch the top. It can't go any higher. Yeah, it can. It can still go higher. Don't subscribe to that way of thinking. US30, same thing. We have a very nice hourly supply that's right up here that can be tested, and I do think it's going to be tested. We're in a short-term uptrend. Everything is looking good to the upside. So I am going to be looking now. Unfortunately, the zones aren't clear. The 15-minute demand is too big. Like, look at the size of the 15-minute demand, but there is a 5-minute demand hidden inside here. Same with this one. 15-minute demand too big. 5-minute demand hidden inside. I don't normally trade from 5-minute demands, but if they're inside 15-minute demands, I will make it exception if the 15-minute demand is just gigantic, and it's just too big. So I did mark the 5-minute demand, and I am looking for a play back to around this area. By the way, these are not limit orders. Don't be setting these limit orders, because it's just going to be a waste of money. These are just ideas of where I'm going to be trading from if my entry criteria is met. And play it up to this 15-minute demand, and if it's strong, play it up to the 1 hour demand. Gold has been going really well, but it is in an awkward situation right now. It is in a zone where it can just fall like crazy, because it has tested this 1 hour supply. In my opinion, we're at least going to be testing this third high. I don't see us falling back beforehand. I know you might disagree, but how can you disagree the uptrend? Oh, it's going down. Where? Oh, but it could drop by 50 points. I don't care about 50 points. I actually do care about 50 points. I care about the overall trend, and the overall trend right now is up. Can it fall from underneath itself? 100%. But it needs to break this, and this. If this breaks, guys, if this breaks right here, actually more like 1900. If 1900 breaks, that is when I will be thinking of an overall trend change. If you are an intraday trader, you can catch shorts and whatnot, but look, I'm just more comfortable sticking to longs when we are in an uptrend. In my free Telegram group, I did call this play out, and I did take it. It was a wick test play, so we had a buttload of liquidity. Liquidity is just a build up of orders. Let me know, guys, do you want me to do so I have a few entry criteria. I went through 90% of them inside my free my episode 1 of Rags to Riches, but I do also do what's called liquidity plays. If it's I did kind of go into it, but I didn't really go into it too much. So a liquidity grab plays, you're looking for an area, you look at the overall trend is up, it's going up on all time frames, every single time frame it's going up. So then you're thinking to yourself, right, it needs to go up. All right, so I need to find an area where I can get in. Right now, the liquidity, the volume was slowing down and it was coming down, but I still think it was going up. So we came down. What did we do? Where is there is like a marker tool in this, isn't there? Well, I guess I can't find it. So anyway, we had liquidity build up here. We had liquidity built up here. We had liquidity built up here. We had liquidity built up here. Liquidity are orders. Anyone who went long here, put their stop loss here. Anyone who went long here, put their stop loss here. Anyone went long here, put their stop loss here. Anyone went long here, put their stop loss here. Anyone that's a breakout trader that's going to break out a short play, they're putting their short here, 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 here. They're putting their stop loss here, 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 here. Did you get it? So that's what you're doing. You're trying to play in zones of big liquidity build up. So I think it's going up. I think the market needs more orders for it to go up. What happened? We wicked down. We took out all the orders, and look what happened. This is pure price action trading now. We came down, we blasted every single order. Now, if this candle closed, okay, the bottom of this candle closed down here, invalid. Not a liquidity sweep. But if it comes down and then the buyers push it all the way back up, and then next candle, the next candle on the 5-minute charts has to be green, because what can happen is this: liquidity sweep, it comes back up, the next candle goes back down, goes all the way up, but then all the way down and closes down here. You're done for. It's not a liquidity sweep then. The next one has to come back up, and the next candle has to be red. So what you do, you enter long position right at the thing, right here, and you usually, to be honest, I thought this was a liquidity sweep that was going to bring it up to at least here. This structure needs to break in order for it to go up, but we only got up to here because there just wasn't enough volume in the market, and I did take this play. Here we go, look. So look, Wick of the Gods in a 15-minute screenshot. Enter the play like this. This is my profit. I actually added to this play because I thought it was going even higher. So it was €600 in that play. So I did take the play. So again, if you want any of that sort of stuff, my day-to-days, then definitely join that free group. Where am I looking? Oh yeah. So what I'm looking for now is one of two things. I wouldn't be happy, but I would take it, another liquidity sweep to take out the liquidity here. Okay. So a play would be around this demand. So 910 would be the demand that I would be taking a play from. Because if this breaks, this will most likely break. But if this breaks, I'm not too happy anymore. What I would really like to happen is we have a high here, a high here. I want this to break, it come up, bounce off this 15-minute supply, form a new 15-minute demand zone from this break here, okay? From this break, and then play this up. Okay, that will be my ideal scenario. Again, I'm only looking for longs. Why? Because we're trending above everything. It's still in an uptrend. Higher time frames, that's all I care about, again, in my strategy video. So that's what I'm looking at with that. BTC, it's just trailing upwards. Let's be real here for a second, but it's messy. Okay, it's going up, it's consolidating, it's going up, it's coming back, consolidating. Right now it's about to come up again. What I would like to see it to come up, hit this 1 hour supply, come back down again, but it's in a dodgy one. It's in a weird scenario. Do I think it's going up? Yeah, I think it's at least going up to 25k, at least. That is the next massive break of structure. And if that happens, if that break of structure happens and it holds above that, anything can happen, but I do think it's going up to at least this level. Now, what it does in the meantime, look at this, like, it's messy as hell. Now, it did come back and touch my 15-minute demand for a perfect play, but I didn't take it. It's a bit too wicky for me, let's just put it that way. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of BTC. It is going up in the short term to at least 25k, and then it'll be decided what happens up here. These were the only nice plays I seen this week, honestly. On EURCAD, we are in an uptrend. We had a break of structure to the upside, creating a demand down here. It is slowly coming down to it, which I really like. So it's a very obvious place. It's high probability. Why? Because underneath this it's crashing down. There's no more good support. There's a level here, there's a level here. It makes it very obvious that this is a good place for it to bounce. Where's a good place to enter and exit? Towards the highs. If it breaks the highs, this is going to be a pretty big daily break of structure, as you can see here. So it'll continue to go up. If it bounces at the top, it's going all the way back down. But a short-term play for me is a bounce off of this 1 hour demand, because it's slowly, I love when it slowly comes down towards these demands, because normally that means it could just rocket up. Very tight risk in this. It's a 1 to 8, 8 to 1 risk to reward. So that's what I'm looking for in this one. USD JPY is in an overall downtrend. I am looking to play between these levels simply on the 1 hour chart. We have trend line liquidity here, which did get tagged in, but I feel like it's going to get tagged again. I am essentially looking for it to come up and take this liquidity at the top here. Look, from this double top, it'll be a double top, then take the liquidity, play it from here all the way down to here, take profit here as well. GPD USD, I wanted to take this liquidity, come down to this 1 hour demand and go back up here and either triple top and come all the way down or break through. This 1 hour demand I like because it matches up with this one as well, so it is a fairly strong area. If you look at the overall trend, I said we are going up. This could simply be like, if you look at chart patterns, all that sort of stuff, it looks like a cup and handle, so it could be an explosion up. I don't trade chart patterns, but I do keep them in mind at least. So I am looking for a touch here, and to be honest, I want it to go all the way up, but I don't know where. AUD shift, I am looking for this, exactly the same thing. Everything seems to be forming a very similar pattern right now. I'm looking for this to keep continuing upwards. So we're in a short-term uptrend. We had a break of structure to the upside. We are in a 1 hour demand, but I feel like a good pullback here to this area, take this liquidity and a pump straight back up. I'm looking for a short here on pound Aussie. Yeah, so we didn't get the break of structure to the upside that I wanted last week. We had a break of structure down. We have two 1 hour demands here, which are quite nice to play from. So I am essentially, now that we've broken under this major break of structure, I'm looking for us to retest back up here I would like it to take this level of liquidity. I love liquidity plays. I would prefer to take the play like this, but if this happens, I don't mind. So I'm looking for this area to be tested and for it to come back down. So guys, that's what I'm really looking at this week. I've looked at all the other ones. I don't see something I really like, but these are the ones I'm going to keep an eye on. So all I'm going to do now is I'm essentially placing alerts next to all these locations just like this, and I do not look at them until we come back to those areas. If we do come back to those areas, I will pay attention. Otherwise, I don't. And that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week. If you want a free daily analysis, join my free Telegram group. If you like this series, give it a smash like, thumbs up, and comment on what you feel like. If there's some things you want me to look at, okay? And I will speak to you in the next one. Have a good week and make some money.